Have you ever noticed how love reveals itself most honestly, not in words, but in silence? In those unguarded moments, when the lights are low and the masks we wear every day quietly fall away, something deeper emerges. What the ego hides, intimacy uncovers. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Nowhere is that truth more visible than in love, and especially in the bedroom. Because there, a man cannot fully hide who he is. His unconscious speaks through his body, his touch, and the quiet ways he holds the one he loves. In this video, I'll share 4 things men only do in bed when they are deeply in love. These are not rehearsed moves or ordinary habits. They are subtle signals that rise naturally from the deepest part of a man's being, often without him realizing it. Once you learn to recognize them, you will never mistake fleeting desire for true devotion again. Before we begin, if you believe in exploring love, psychology, and the hidden truths of human connection, take a moment to subscribe to the Stoic Flame. Together, we dive into what it really means to love and to be loved. The first sign is deep eye contact, not fleeting glances, not accidental looks, but a gaze that lingers. When a man is truly in love, he looks into the eyes of the one he loves with an openness that strips away all pretense. It's more than passion, it is trust. It is the willingness to be seen without a mask. A woman once told me that after her second marriage, she finally understood the difference between intimacy and love. With her first husband, he would always turn away, eyes closed, distant, as though his body was present, but his soul was not. But with her second husband, she said, "He holds my eyes. Sometimes it feels like he sees everything inside me." That gaze is not about control, but about surrender. It is a man offering his most vulnerable self. Jung would say this is the persona falling away, the mask we show the world, so that the deeper self can step into the light. The second sign is when a man prioritizes her pleasure over his own. Lust is selfish. Love is selfless. A man in love listens with his whole body. He pays attention to her breath, her movements, her subtle reactions. He slows down. He adapts. His joy is tied to her joy. In his younger years, a man might see intimacy as performance, a test of his strength or skill. But as devotion deepens, performance fades, and presence takes its place. Jung believed love draws us beyond the ego. The ego asks, "What do I get?" But the self asks, "What can I give?" When a man prioritizes her joy, it is no longer a transaction, it is devotion. The third sign is what happens after intimacy. This is where many men reveal the truth of their love without realizing it. A man who is merely satisfied may turn away, close his eyes, retreat into silence. But a man who is deeply in love lingers. He stays close. He holds her, whispers softly, or simply rests without pulling away. This is trust at its most vulnerable. It's the courage to remain open when the ego would rather retreat. Jung called this individuation, the uniting of who we pretend to be with who we truly are. To stay present after intimacy is not just a gesture, it is a silent vow that says, "I am here, not just in desire, but in devotion." The fourth and final sign is synchrony, the mysterious way 2 lovers' bodies find the same rhythm without trying. Their breathing aligns. Their movements mirror one another. Without thought, without planning, their bodies move as though guided by something deeper. Jung described this as participation mystique, when the boundaries between self and other dissolve. In everyday life, we insist on separation. But in these moments, 2 people become one, not by losing themselves, but by fully meeting each other. Synchrony cannot be forced. It emerges naturally when trust is deep, when both surrender performance and simply allow themselves to be. When these 4 signs appear together, the lingering gaze, the selfless devotion, the tenderness after intimacy, and the unspoken harmony, you are not just witnessing passion, you are witnessing love at its most authentic level. Love that strips away masks, love that reveals the soul beneath the ego. Carl Jung often reminded us that intimacy is not only about the body, it is the meeting of 2 souls daring to be seen. When a man shows these signs, he is revealing not just his love for you, but also his truest self. If you found meaning in these reflections, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the Stoic Flame. It helps this community grow and ensures you don't miss the next journey into love, psychology, and the hidden patterns of the human heart. Until then, remember, real love is never just spoken. It is lived in silence, revealed in presence, and carried in the soul.